Oh, hiya, Alison. Oh, I need a cushion. Squeaky chair. Oh, it says the scoring. It's gone a bit hot. A bit hot. What's going on with this? Why do what's going on with this? Da-da-da. Hi, Effie. Oh, I'll just wait a minute and have a drink of water. Hi. I have called the energies in, so we'll just see. Hi, Tapper. Hi, Rachel. Hope you're all okay. It's still the same chat, but slightly different because, yeah, and I've not really wrote much down. I've sort of wrote a little bit, but probably I'm just going to ramble. My nose is doing well, my piercing. I've had no problems with it apart from whacking out a few times, and I had to get a bigger one, which is actually a heart, which you probably can't tell because I had a tiny one, and every time I washed my face, I pulled it out, and I was like, it's too small for my nose. So, hey, I will say why Tapper's here, because Tapper was in his garden. I'll be looking forward to seeing you soon, Rachel, at whatever point, you know you're busy. Because Tapper gets orbs in, so we'll just talk about orbs a minute. We're going into all that yet again. And Tapper films a lot outside, and I just want to share you a picture that he sent me because I did try and enlarge it. Don't know if I've got it, but this is in Tapper's garden. I look at the sky, looks beautiful, and look at that gorgeous orb. I am going to blow it up if you can see the big orangey orb here. Hi, Peter. So blown up. It looks like this. I mean, I can see red, blue. It's funny that because we're all going about these two energies emerging, like I've said, masculine and the feminine, and also heaven on earth, which I am going to talk about as being part of the Great Awakening. Look at that. Can you see the blue at the top and the red round turn? It's a bit of an orangey glow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful orb. So that's all I want to say. You keep looking and doing the work and you will see. Yeah, so we hopefully will get some in tonight. I'm always messing with the light because I'm always like, is it red or it's supposed to be? So, yes, I'm sure they will. It's like they take time to warm up. Also, I got this card the other day. I think it was yesterday. Was it this morning? Or was it this morning? Mother of Swords, but I see that as a divine feminine again, and I see intuitively, I see it's the whole black and white thing, duality in that, but we sit on the center point of the sword, and the sword cuts through, bullshit, basically. The sword of truth. Hi, Sleeping Warrior. Anyone ever? No, don't know what you're talking about. But I do know that Epstein didn't kill himself. Just want to put that out there. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because Epstein didn't kill himself. Just throwing that out there. And also, the owl is known as the wise one. And also, we talk about the watchers as well, which is sort of a bit like what we're getting in on my channel. And angelic beings, or, whatever you want to say. So, forgot what I was going to say. I'm a bit tired today, but hi, everyone in chat. I don't know if you saw the video I put up today. Oh, there's 17 in the video I put up today with me sat there with all the orbs flying about. And I don't know if you saw the bit where I sensed one go across. I knew they were there, but it was amazing. They were just everywhere. And you might see a bit of smoke coming from over there because I've got an incense on. But we'll see in a bit when the energy gets a bit, when I start going, if the orbs come in. So hi all, hi. Yeah, Barry, I wasn't sad before. It was just my camera. It was looking a bit like, and I was just like, yeah, I've got to come on. So what have I been watching? Well, one of the things I will say before I get started on the awakening is, what's his name? Allegedly Dave, that you may know, a few of you are into Flat Earth and everything. On his Facebook, he put something on about the film, and I can't remember what the film's called. You know, the film, I did talk about it and I did do a rundown on it, and it was a film. No, I didn't look emotional. I just looked a bit tired. There was nothing wrong with me. I can't remember what it's called. Does anyone remember the film where it was an alien film where this ship appeared and they were trying to figure out what it was, and the woman went up to this big ship thing to the top because it was a weird ship, and hi everybody, hi John Kennedy. They were like the alien things that came through like what I thought was cloud, because he went to the top of this alien ship that was a long thing. They got to the top, and these alien things look like, to me, they look like tree trunk trees, which is funny because we've been talking about trees a lot, with hands that look like tree trunks, but then they had like these things that came out like that. And they weren't scary, but they were writing symbols. Funny enough, a lot of circles, because circles is a Sanskrit, mandalas is a lot of healing energies. And funny, if you think, you may look at some models of flat earth in a disc shape, circle, like a coin. And it was like lost language and stuff, but I saw something totally different because I saw the ether, right, which I'll go into in a minute because that is part of the awakening. So I can't remember what that film was called. Does everyone remember when I did a rundown on it? I said, what they were trying to say is the stuff in the ether. The ether is the heavens. The ether is dark matter. Or when they talk about dark matter on the films to try and scare people, and the scientists, the fake ones, or the ones that know but what scare you, will go, oh yes, the dark matter. Well, the dark matter is the etheric realms. I think there's a few levels, but it's still the ether. It's the quantum field. It's where spirit resides. And a lot of videos I've been watching lately have just been mentioning the same stuff. And I can't remember whose video, what it was, mentioned it. And I was like, oh my God, I was talking about this ages ago. The ether and what's in the ether and the spirit realms. And I know this to be coming into experiencing it because I'm experiencing it myself. And I think I know I've just went past then, but some will come in. And I want to shout out, the quantum field's the same thing. To me, it's the same field. The quantum field is dark matter. It's the etheric realms. It's where spirit resides. Same thing to me, where things can manifest. That's my take on it anyway. But I'll tell you who I was watching. I was watching Gary Light's new video. That was ace. Well synced in with that. It might have been on that actually. Just let me see if I can find it. It was. Oh, and Red Pill Phil's put a really good video up about Epstein. Really, really good. Really, really good. Gary Light. Who did I watch Gary Light? Oh yeah, Gary Light did. I think I'd seen this one before, but I rewatched it. It was ace. Ancient hidden knowledge. What do halos really mean? And there's that circle shape again, the halo. Also, occult magic, which was ace, because occult magic is science at some point is going to come into together a unity with what people call magic, alchemy, what the Egyptians knew, what they knew about the etheric realms, what they were in contact with and how they contacted spirit is what's happening to quite a few of us right now. And if anyone watches, I'm just going to do this the way I do it. If anyone watches Huff Paranormal, if you've never heard of him, some people don't believe it. I do, because I'm experiencing certain things. And I know, for me, I know that spirit form, when we pass, we don't die, we just go to a different form of energy, comes to us and tries to communicate. But because we're going back to the age of technology again, which we actually came from, I think, because I think in the so-called Atlantis times or in the Egyptian times, the reason why things went up like that in a pyramid point, and churches do, and things go up in a point to the ether, and also Nikola Tesla, it doesn't have to be a pyramid, but obviously it's going to a point. They knew about the ether 369. energy, frequency, and sound. You know, the key to the universe is where the ether resides. And you've got all, like, I've talked about the tree of life that was matching up. He actually did a video on tree of life. It was ace. I was like, this is what I've been talking about. Tree of life, we were talking about branching out, and I was thinking of a tree the other day when I was looking at it, because I've been going on about trees. Hi Bella. And the etheric bodies in the sky, and the tree of life is the, you know, the map in the universe. Oh, it's channels ace of how he explains things. I just absolutely loved it. But the thing with the ancient hidden knowledge was, think about it, if we, which I believe we did, me, myself, and I, you don't have to, but I do, if we came from technology, because some people think we, you know, we didn't. I think we did. I don't think we came from a caveman. We had electrical. There's been proven out there that there was certain, I don't know if it was in Iraq or somewhere, way back, batteries that were found, really old, big batteries and things like that. And they tried to hide stuff all the time. And the pyramids were around water as well, with the battery, with, you know, the ether. This is why Nikola Tesla was shouting out free energy, and Edison came along and switched the current because he wanted to put a meter on it, so we all had to pay for it. And he also, as I've said before, put his current through an elephant and said it was Nikola Tesla's, so it was dangerous, when it wasn't, because Nikola Tesla put his own current through him and it didn't do anything to him. But the current that Edison had did. So he wanted everyone, like they do, you know, the mainstream media, they all lie. They wanted everyone to poo-hoo Nikola Tesla, think he was mad, and all go on to his, and then we all went on a meter. There's free energy out there, and it's in the ether because it's full of energy. I see it around me all the time now. You know, Edison, the executioner, exactly. And the more you look into things and truth, it's like, hi, is it Angelica Chris? Is it Christy or Christy? I never get it right. Check her channel out. She's beautiful. She did an interview with Laura Eisenhower. I love Laura Eisenhower too. And Laura Eisenhower put a bit of an Epstein video up the other day. Just saying. Now, I don't know if Angelica will agree with me on something, but I do believe the whole Great Awakening thing is, we have 3D where we reside, and we have the angelic realms. And because I'm having all this energy coming in at the minute with, you may see them tonight, you may not. To me, it's that is in the ether, the angels, the light beings, the spirit realms. I do believe the spirit's trapped here, because think about it. I'll just go back to the beginning of the Egyptian times. If we had technology then, which I do believe we did with electric, with the Tesla, that's where Tesla got it from. The ancient Egyptians knew, and blah 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 blah. So when you look at that, they knew about spirit. They knew that when our body dies, this vessel, we still go on in energy. We go on in a different form. So if you think about it, when all that fell, we've been parted from spirit, so no communication anymore. We used to communicate all the time to the angelic realms, if that's what some of us want to call it. Many people call it different things. So we were parted. Then we got distracted because, you know, like I said, we got distracted over the years of different things that were coming out in social media. And I don't just mean now, I mean over the time. And then where we are now, you know, phones and all this stuff that we think's new. But if you look at Star Trek videos, they had like flip up phones and stuff then. It's all out there. So we got distracted by the celebrities, you know, not the real stars, not the stars in the sky, the celebrities and all that. We got distracted. And we came away from spirit. So everyone thinks that's mad. Not all of us, but everyone thinks it's mad. Because I got told on Facebook the other day, talking about vaccines, someone's going, what? Well, all that hippy-dippy shit, because I was talking about Dr. Joe Dispenza saying, you can, hi Dave, you can heal yourself from within and tell yourself good things to heal, like Dr. Emoto with the water, which I've shouted out a million frigging times. And this person was like, oh, this new age crap. And that doctor, he was a chiropractor. Yeah, he was a chiropractor who had an accident and made himself better because he did something to his spine, if anyone goes and researches it. And he had 3 months, so he started meditating and all that. So people just go, oh, the hippy-dippy crap. And it's like, have you researched it? Oh, thank you. I hope you saw the orb come in then. See, I'm getting all excited now. So they start coming in. The hippy-dippy rubbish. And I'm like, have you researched it? No. Oh, she's been in the profession of something like medicine or something, not a doctor, but I'm like, no, it's not your fault. You've been taught in your medical profession, so don't anyone get triggered who is, you know, this, that, and the other, which is fine. But have you researched the holistic and the other stuff that people are beginning to look at now? The answer is no. So how can you poo-hoo it if you haven't even researched it or experimented it with yourself, with your heart coherence, with your heart and mind? This person hadn't. So to me, it's like, how can you come with a bit of a, you know, a bit of a debate when you've not even done it or looked into it? There's a lot of people out there in the medical profession who are looking at other things and bringing it in and realizing there's more, because remember, we don't use so much percentage of our brain and all our energy in our body that we can actually heal ourselves. So that to me was like, oh God, these people, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I tried to say to her, I'm not saying all medicine's bad, but a lot of people don't read the prescriptions either, do they? And there's a lot of crap in the prescriptions that give you the thing that you've already got, or even worse, death. Just saying. People make judgments before they do any deep searching. I don't even bother listening. I know, I'm learning that now as well. It's very true. Thank you. Did you see the little beautiful orb? See? And I'm saying, like, my truth, I don't need to validate. And it, like, I see this energy coming in, and a lot of you have seen it on my channel. If it's beginning to come into reality, heaven on earth must be coming in. It is. The veil is so thin. And if you're doing the work and you're not getting distracted and you're meditating and stuff like that, I always thought you had to meditate. Medical professions forget everything in the body is connected. Exactly. It is all connected. We're connected to everything. God, source, God, whatever you want to call it, the creator. The veil is so thin at the minute. They're showing themselves. If you do the work meditating. Now, meditating doesn't just mean going sitting on a mat meditating, but that's what I'm beginning to do, because I'm beginning to communicate that way. But I've always done it. I didn't realize it's about awareness, because I go out in nature. I'm looking at the trees and the birds. I'm not looking at, like, walking around like this on my phone, not being aware of the messages that are given to you all the time. I'll sit in the garden and I'll just be looking at things going on in the garden. I'm not normal in that sense of, even when I'm walking down the street, I'll be looking at other stuff like the clouds. I'm being aware of my environment, not getting caught up in the, oh, what's going on over there, and listening to the mothers in the playground. I'm not into all that. So I have been doing it, but now I'm coming to that time where I think, yeah, in the morning, even if it's 15 minutes, you don't have to be meditating for 50,000 hours on end. You know, some people do. It depends what fits for you. But I have been doing it in the morning, and more things have been coming in. This energy has been coming in for all to see over the past, weeks? But I always knew it was there, because I've always felt it was. I feel it in, I don't know if anyone agrees in chat who sees it and feels it. I feel it in my fingers. I get tingles. I get tingles on, like, my crown chakra here all the time. It's like cobwebs on your face, like little kisses, like little, you know. I've just got one on my foot now, and there we go. Hello, just one on my foot, and it came in. See, I knew, because I just got a tingle on my foot. And you know, when you get the trolls in, it's funny, because we're having a spiritual war where we have trolls in the 3D, and the 3D's the physical world, but we also have, like, what people would call demons in the spiritual world that will come in. So don't get me wrong, be careful, because we do have negative entities as well, but you've just got to stand up to it in love and light, and tell them where to go, basically, in a nice way. You can show them love, but we have them. If things manifest, we have things that are down in 3D. We have the trolls online. We have the trolls in real life. We also have the trolls in the spiritual realms. They hate anything that's good. They'll try and bring it down, like the trolls do in real life. Hi, the trolls do in real life. It works the same. So when I was talking about the Trumpster the other day on a channel that I like, but this person was like, oh, Q and all the Trump, it's a psyop. Well, put it this way. This is what I don't get about people. Well, I do. If people are believing in this stuff that's going on, and timelines are changing, well, if timelines are changing, a timeline somewhere in the physical, as I keep saying, in the 3D, has to change somewhere, even on the political arena. And it did, didn't it? And if you think about Q, it just reminds me of quantum field. Trump knows. And this person went, I said to this person in the chat, I went, yeah, well, I said, Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, knew Tesla and had some of his papers. And someone went, yeah, because the FBI said he stole it. I went, no, No. The FBI raided it and give the papers to Trump's uncle. Trump's uncle's on the QMAP. Thank you. Blue validation there. And some papers went missing. Now, if I was Donald Trump's uncle, I'd steal them as well. I'd hide them, because if you think about it, if there was something interesting going on that the cabal, or whatever you want to call them, that side wanted to use against the people, which they have done, some of it, you know, some sort of invention, wouldn't you hide it? Hide and try and keep it safe? I would. For the time when the right time needed to come out, which is what's happening now, if people can see what's going on in 3D. But I'm in both realms. I'm in 3D and the etheric as well, because you're allowed to look, because you need to be aware of what's going on, because it keeps you a bit safe in situations. But Nikola Tesla, again, he knew about the ether. He was in contact with the ether and the spirit realms, the heavens, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing to me. Spirits, spirit beings, spirits of animals, spirits of everything that ever was and ever will be, and anything out in the cosmos. Everything I've been watching lately, people that I'm meeting in chat, new channels I'm coming across, the lovely people that are coming in from new channels. You know, we've texted a little bit, big channels, small channels. It's all syncing up, and I'm asking, hello, Jesus Christ is in the house. I'm asking my spirit guide, you know, when you're talking in your head, when I'm meditating, asking for new people to come across, and then there's new people. I'm thinking about something, it comes in so quick now. Next minute, I'm like, I put YouTube and I'm like, oh my God, it's there. So some people go, it's the algorithm, it's this, it's AI. It's not. They're trying to poo-hoo it all. It is God's source. It is the etheric realms. It is the angels, the spirits, or whatever you want to call it. It is that's coming into me. It is, when you think of masculine and feminine, divine coming together, the triangle up is a man and the woman is down. When they come together and merge, the blue and the red is purple. Enlightenment, awareness, crown chakra, whatever you want to call it, coming together in balance. Everything's about balance, because everything's been out of whack. So when we see the 3D stuff going on, no, you don't have to be too involved in it. But Trump is there in that side of it, because we have to see, to bring all that up of what's going on the sides of the Democrats and this and that and all that sort of stuff, is that's being brought up and purged, because that's what we don't want to be. We don't want that shit no more. But it has to, what would you say? It has to be seen, and it has to be all unearthed. We're being unearthed at the minute. Everyone's having funny energies. Everyone's feeling angry. Some anger's coming up because past lives and what do you call it? Or what they called ancestral energies coming up, and everything from the past. This is why I've kept saying it, and I've seen it on all the channels. You know, I've spoke about it the next day. I've watched a channel someone else is talking about. We're all in sync with each other. It is getting rid of. Some people are saying they're doing it and they're not, and they're wondering why they're still in some sort of like tug of war. Hello, tug of war. And this is validation for me. Tug of war with themselves. Look at it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it for 2020. You want to be bringing all the light codes in, if that's what people are saying. Bringing new, fresh energies in, especially going into 2020. So we're purging, and we're purging all these bad energies. I want not bad energies, just stale energies that have resided with us, and they're doing us no good. So we're looking at if you have problems with someone in your family, exes. It doesn't matter, you know. And even if you were part of something, I will come in chat in a minute, even if you were part of hurting somebody by words or something, just say sorry to yourself, say sorry out loud to yourself and them if you can't say it to them, and just let it go. You are not defined by your family, your mistakes. We make mistakes because that's a piece of fluff, by the way. I can tell fluff by an orb. I've said, it is getting rid of it. If you keep talking about it, you can talk about it, you can cry, you can let all the emotions out and then let it go. But don't keep going on and on. But you've got to cut the ties of that cycle because we're soon going into the next one, the golden age. We're soon going to. Why do you want to take all that crap with you? Think about every year as we're growing with the things that are going on. There's things that sometimes we don't like in new energies. By the end of the year, you want to be looking back a little bit and letting it go. And even if there's things way back in the future, and the purging is, there's a lot of things coming up from the past, things you might have forgot about. They might be not very nice. They could be really not very nice, but look at it as a lesson and say out loud, if people are not about or in your head, I am grateful for that lesson. I am grateful I went through a relationship that I didn't like at the time. Even with my youngest, I was so heartbroken by that person and what they did and how I felt. But now I look at it like, do you know what? It's not your fault. You were here to do that to me, to help me grow. I've learned a lot. It's brought me to a lot of good stuff, even though at the time, when I was in that moment, oh my God, it was like, how am I going to get through this? I can't believe it. Oh my God, why? Crying, just so low at the time. Now I look back and think, well, I'm actually glad that happened and let it go. Don't blame that person anymore. I've let it go. Thank you, Angelica. Yeah, and I think that's what it's about, letting go. And then I don't know if Angelica knows Psychic Bob, but I came across Psychic Bob. I think his energy is so lovely, and he did a reading the other day, and he doesn't know me, he's never seen me, or I've never, and he did a great reading about, he saw pink energy around me. He said that he didn't know what I was asking. I was healing a lot because I was letting it go, and I was like, yes. He said I had a spirit guide called Ellen from the 1930s or 40s. Anyone got any information on that? I know Tapper was looking, someone who had the same sort of name, and it was Irish, which is funny because my second name's Irish. And some other little things, but I thought, my God, yes. And I do feel like I've had a spirit guide, because I was saying to Tapper in chat that day before I got that reading, I think I'm being guided by spirit, which we all are, but they do knock on your head a little bit because a lot of us don't listen. And that's why you'll end up sometimes with a trauma or an accident, because it will make you wake up. It'll jumpstart you into like, what am I doing? Is this energy from the past doing me any good? I'm moaning about it to people and it's keeping me in a lower energy. It's not doing anything. It's just keeping you going round in a circle. And that's why I keep saying to people, you can be in it, but come out of it. And once you're done with it, let it go and don't bring it up again. That is it. Gone. That is it. Gone. So, and like I said, I'm having all these orbs coming in. They're so beautiful. And there's one, as I just said. And I'm getting a tingle in this hand. I don't, like I said, just looking in chat now before I go on, does Angelica, anyone who has all this, do you get tingles in the fingers? And it's energy. We have energy going through us. We have spirit going through us, I believe. Energy's all around, but I get tingles here. I get this. And my fingers, I know when spirit's about because I can feel it. So I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I'm like, yes. We have multiple. Yeah, I do believe we have multiple spirits. I think they come in for certain workings for themselves as well. We help them, I believe, and they help us. And when they've done the job, they'll go. I get energy rushes. Everyone is different. Yeah, everyone is different. That's what I mean. And I also believe, so if you think about it, just why I'm on a roll, because I've just remembered what I was going to say, so I won't look at chat a minute. If Miss Chime, kid watching a movie, just said hi. Thanks so much for the bag and charms. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I hope you get a lot of good energy off them. Yeah, we're all yeah. So I just won't look in chat a minute because I'll get distracted. But what I was saying before again about if we were we've never been separated from spirit, we've just been distracted, then that's what they didn't want us to know. So in certain parts in the Bible and stuff like that, they'll fearmonger stuff in films and everywhere because they don't want you looking at what it is. So it will always be like a horror thing or something because they don't want you looking. But yes, it is everywhere. And the more they tap into it, the more we feel, yeah. And I know I've been doing my work because that's why it's been coming in, because I've been doing it. So I just won't look in chat a minute. I'll come in again. So if we were not looking at spirit, the realms, the heavens, whatever you want to call them, people call them different things, all the same. we were distracted. And like in the days of the witch burnings, they wanted to do that because they didn't want anyone looking at anything else. They started bringing the churches in and stuff like that to stop you looking at certain stuff. So if you were looking at earthly things and things that, you know, indigenous people knew, witches and all that, if you want to call it, because I just saw them as the wise people, all sorts of different names for people that knew, you know, of the cosmos and certain stuff and this, that, and the other. They wanted them shut up. So gradually, we forgot. Not everybody forgot, but we forgot. So if you think about it, I see it as in, if when we go and pass to the other side, now I want to see what you all think of this one. So when we pass, our bodies die, but our energy moves on. Now, if we weren't told in the 3D life and we were distracted and we didn't know any, you know, people who are so brainwashed into they don't believe in nothing. They fear death, right? Because there's nothing to fear. They fear it. Because they're like, well, what is that it? So when they pass over, can you imagine they pass over and they're like, whoa, thank you. I haven't got this body anymore, but I'm like this light being or whatever. I don't know, this light being like, oh my God, I'm in fear because I didn't know what do I do? Do I go to the light or whatever it is that you're supposed to do? Or do I just stay here in 3D? So I think some reside here and they get angry because they weren't told. So you can get negative energies. And that's why I believe they're here to help us, but we're also here to help them go to, you know, the source, because some are still fearing, and you would if you wouldn't know. So not only have we been duped, but when we go to spirit, the spirit's been duped, so they would be scared. So I think when they're coming in now to show us that this realm is real, that we cannot fear when we do pass over, that we've got somewhere to go after and help, but also showing the people out there who've been turmoil with loved ones that they've lost, that they haven't gone, they've just gone to a different form of energy, and you can communicate. And I watch Huff Paranormal now and again. I watch some of his today. I've just been watching a few, and Hope Paranormal, they have the spirit boxes, and some people go, hi Rebel, some people go, oh yeah, well, it's a load of rubbish that he's just messing around on a thing. No, if we work through electrical devices, their electrical energy, that's how they're communicating. So when we go back to the time of Atlantis, time of the ancients and the pyramids, they had electric and stuff, they had free energy, they could communicate with spirit. So now, because we have this so-called intelligence, you know, computers and stuff, we're getting back in contact because that's what we did ages ago. That's how I see it. So the heavenly realms, heaven on earth, is coming in, so we can see and we can go back to what it was before, love, and see that we both reside with each other. But now it's a great awakening of hello, we're both helping each other. We can help spirit that haven't moved on, and they can help us see what's going on and help us get rid of our old energies, because the negative energies, if you want to call demons, whatever people call them, yeah, I do believe they are real, because we have negative energies, and then when we move on, if we're still in that negative energy or we've been trapped in, we're going to be negative. So they always click onto the light. They don't want some people moving on, so they will come in. If you watch Huff Paranormal, if you like that sort of stuff, you will see that he's had that energy coming in, but he's told them to go in the name of Jesus Christ or whatever, you know, in love and light, because they don't like the love. Some have changed because they've gone, oh right, yeah, really, actually, if I go to the love and light, it you know, you're transforming yourself. And that's been happening with people on YouTube as well, because someone came in the other day, not going to say who, they used to reside on another side with other people on YouTube that were spouting rubbish, lying about people. They're in so much anger on their channels. All they do is spout rubbish. They're very what's the word? They're very angry. I don't mean just people getting triggered, I mean very angry, very aggressive. And some people have started moving away and realizing that that isn't a good energy to be around, because what's it doing? Nothing. It's not helping no community of whatever that community is. It's not helping anybody. And this is what's going on in the world anyway. All this chaos that's going on, but out of chaos comes calm, because you have to have the chaos, the purging. And that's why I say, if people don't believe in, you don't have to believe in Trump and all that, but I see that as, oh, everyone goes, it's a flip side of the coin. No, something had to come in somewhere in the 3D. And that's why you're seeing a lot of news now with Epstein and all that stuff, what people class as bad and evil, all being unearthed, because we're getting it out. It has to, because it's already happened in heaven. So it's got to happen, wherever you want to say it, it's got to happen here. So people are starting to see what's going on. Yeah, where we go and we go, oh, what's going on here? But it's also going to bring a lot of energies up in yourself when, especially the muggles, as we call them, I don't really like saying that word, but the sleeping people, when they find out about this truth, it's also going to bring a lot up in themselves of old energy and past things, but it needs to be purged, because the new energies that come in, they don't want a load of negative energies. So you need to purge it and get rid of it. Thanks to all who on the panel on the Viking boat, we are solid and proof. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone sort of gets what I'm saying, but that's how I see it as. And you know, that's why they do say, you know, we've got to forgive and we've got to show love to even the trolls that come in, because at some point they're going to need it. If they don't, they don't. But everyone's got to wake up at their own time. You know, we can't wake them up. So just let me play a little bit of, I think it was Higher Self, because I do watch Higher Self channel, and it's normally validating after I've thought about something, and I go in the day after and I'm like, oh yeah, talking about the same thing. But I love this because this was really good. Yeah, the sheep. This, yeah. Which one was it? It might have been this one. Let's have just a little listen. Might be this one. It's Higher Self by Linda.
It's Linda. It's Tuesday, November the 5th.
Just listen to
I
this.
wanted to talk to you about a wave that I felt come through on Saturday.
I can't see it.
So if you're new to my channel or if you're just returning, welcome and welcome back.
Watch out for the orbs.
You guys, I know I've been spreading my creative wings a little bit, so thank you for your patience while I get creative doing other fun things that I want to do with my content, but I'll never stop coming on here and giving you guys my spiritual downloads and my spiritual messages as I need to share. And this is one of those moments, because Saturday there was a wave that washed across the planet. It was huge, and it was deep, and it was rich. It was abundant with water.
Listen to what she said, because I just love how, you know, people explain it different ways. Just love it.
Energy. And I say this because the only thing I can liken it to is if you have visuals of a tidal wave coming through, you know, when you feel a wave, how you go up and then it comes down. This one never came down. It kind of washed.
I don't know if she's the lady that talks about liquid fluid, like crystal fluid. Like I've talked about that and said it's like when the orbs come in like bubbles, like this is a liquid ether, you know.
Across and left everybody with a new layer on top of them. And that's how I experienced it. But I know that this new layer didn't just go anywhere. It just ramped everything up. It brought everybody up. It's like the rising tide that lifts all ships. This was a wave like that. I haven't felt a wave like this yet. The sensation was as if you were underwater, but not in a bad way. You can breathe underwater. So, well, energetic water or another dimensional water you can breathe under. Not water in this 3D body, because we know you'll drown. But in this energetic water, I like to call it healing light and the plasmic light from the galactic core, galactic sun. I like to call it liquid light, and I've been doing that for years. Because
liquid light, it is like liquid light. I've said that it's like a liquid crystal, a liquid light. Everything, you know, we are light. Someone said before, I saw in chat about the telepathic powers coming in. There's lots of different things coming in. Huff Paranormal's done a video where, plasma, where he all the same thing to me, where he's actually moved a thing because he's using his abilities and his energies. And I'm going to start trying it, because the more you look into things and the more you try and the more you put your focus on stuff, you're going to see.
That's how I perceived it. When I first saw it and I first saw the energy around my own body, it moved.
And that's what I see the ether as, a liquid light, consciousness, awareness, is everything, you know. Source.
My breath, and it also, I refer to it as liquid light because that's what it looked like. And ever since then, when I hear and see people describing it like water, like liquid light, it just
be like water.
It resonates with me because that's how I experience it. So when these waves came through,
and our body is made up of so much water, and energies, frequencies affect the water. So if you look at Dr. Emoto again, totally makes sense.
When this wave came through, it was like it blanketed everything and just lifted everything up. And so the best way to describe it is I was out back, sitting outside, and I was waiting for the downside, or waiting for the wave to sort of crest and then go back down. And it didn't. So it felt like I was underwater, but energetically underwater. So it was like, but it was like a tide that kept pushing and pushing and pushing, as if it.
That's why really on the realm we live on, it works with water, and the pyramids works with water. It's a battery, electric energy, and magnetic energy. So Earth's like a battery and all that, you know. I have three of this structure. I have three of his structured waters on my site. Great story that occurred before Dr. Emoto passed on. Yeah, check Angelica's channel, because and I did some experiments on it with Riv Rice experiment, you know, with the intentions, because everything's intention as well. It's just brilliant. Everyone's syncing, and when we're syncing, we're getting to alignment with our true purpose. And I've just sort of realized today what my true purpose is. I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'll tell you a little something at the end though, but just listen to this a minute.
As if it was a wave that came in and it kept going and 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 going, and it never went down. So it was like, I wish I could show you a visual of what I'm thinking of, but it just kept going, and it was amazing. So I'm actually going through a clearing from this wave. It started on Saturday, funny enough, and I need it. I needed to release some of these things. So
yeah, I'll just say that's true what Tapper's saying. There's nothing to fear from the dead. Only the evil living. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's probably going through clearings and healings and whatnot. If you're dealing with water trauma, by the way, you're being asked to take a look at the water trauma. Take a look at the reasons why. Through no fault of your own, some trauma that happened, and you're just being asked to deal with that now. Because these waves that are coming in do feel like liquid. So you could get triggered when these waves come in. You could be among some of those that have anger issues to deal with. And
there's a lot of people in anger with anger issues. It's because of all this stuff they've got to let go. So syncing up with what she was saying as well. And I think she did say something about an energy. And if anyone remembers me ages ago, I don't know if it was the beginning of this year, last year, I was getting this thing where I kept saying, it feels like a mini earthquake. It's like my body's shaking when I was sat down, when I was in bed. I'd be like, is it me or is it shaking? I think that was all energies moving about in my body. I really, really do. Chakra alignments, whatever you want to call it, your energy systems.
That's okay.
Because like I said, I do have the shiny skin. I do have the crystalline of what people's calling, and I believe in it. Twinkles on my hands, on my arms, activated by the light, because we are light. Your DNA is getting changed. Some people don't believe in it. I do.
As long as you're dealing with them. So I'm going to start with a suggestion to work on your own personal space and what's directly within your own control. And that could be just, let's start with your bedroom or wherever you sleep, your immediate surrounding area.
We stop the madness by standing up in the light and actually doing the work, but you'll see we are winning, but there's going to be a bit of a show, and it is theatre at the minute in the 3D, but 2020 vision.
Is it a mess? Do you have clutter, clothes, things laying around?
Raise your frequency and be the light you want to be in the world, and then it's a domino effect. Even if you affect one person in your family, a friend, people go, it's only one person. Yeah, but if they affect that person, it's a domino effect. When everyone realizes, they come to love. Something else I want to show you in a minute.
Spend the time to clean up that area. Sit down in your space. Appreciate what you did. Value that you have a sacred, clean, orderly area, and let yourself sit there and be proud of of an accomplishment. Make your bed, clean up your clothes, things like that. And then allow yourself to fully immerse yourself in that area. And when you do, you probably are going to have things come up that maybe you've been avoiding dealing with.
Hi, Mr. Cheswick.
And that's okay, because
yeah, but the chemtrails are supposed to have been taken over. So think of it like if they had chemtrails doing the old, stuff it was doing, they can also change it. Thank you. Just like they can change. Did you see the orb then? Just like they can change a frequency. Tesla's technology has been used, but it can be changed. It's a current. Edison's was bad. Tesla's was good. Free energy, people.
when you put yourself,
it's your mindset. It's like 5G. If your mindset is believing and fearing, you will get ill. Your mind is more than people know. And that's why I say go and check out Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's mindset as well. If you believe something, a lot of it is faith. If you believe something is really, really, really bad, it's going to give you then your body's going to tell you that. Just saying.
The time to be with yourself.
If you're doing the researching, there's already been a reset. There's a reset. 2020 vision next year. There is a reset. You can tell what's going on around the world. That's why in the 3D, they're kicking off in every country. Here's Brexit, America's the Democrats going, every country's kicking off. There's a reset. The old guard's falling down.
And not on your cell phone, or not on your laptop.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Cheswick. Do the research. This is what I say to people. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone else. Do the research and do the research within yourself as well.
Not just going to sleep.
Well, there you go then.
Watching any shows or programs on TV, but when you just allow yourself.
And this is what I was saying to Mr. Cheswick as well, just saying before. There's people on different channels that are doing pull downs of people's channels, saying this, saying that, because we know there's a dark side out there. We know there's shills, but the people who are screaming and shouting, just like Q said, these will be seen in the light. That energy is, what is that energy all about? Why do you have to be screaming and shouting at people and being vile with people? That's low negative energy. These people wouldn't believe in this sort of stuff because they poo-hoo it and go, there's a bit of dust on your camera, because they can't acknowledge it. They're in lower vibing frequencies. We are all energy, frequency and vibration. That's how we work. So if you think about it, when that side, the government, and then it's not all government, it's not all police. It's like Red Pill Phil said today, go and check his channel. I put a great video up about Epstein and this woman who used to hate other religions. It's not Muslims and this, that, and the other, and black people go, it's all the white people, and white people go, it might be black people, oh, it's the Muslims. No, it's not. Yes, there are people who are bad in those societies, those religions, but not all of them. They're just extreme people who are listening to mainstream media. People get on. I see people of all colours, religions getting on. You can have your own God. They just call it by a different name. We all have got to get together. So when people are shouting out, it's all these people, or it's all that thing, it's like, no, divide and conquer, and that's what people are doing. So no, what energy do you reside in? So check out Red Pill Phil's new video, because it was great with the woman who was talking about that. And when she met someone out of a different religion she was against, and they showed her love, and she couldn't believe it, and she was like, oh, well, that's what it's about. Have your own God, if that's what you're into, with their own name. Like you might be a Buddhist, you might be a Sikh, you might be Muslim, you might be a Christian. As long as you're not hurting anyone or doing bad things to people, then it's that thing of like, be good to thy neighbour. Don't do to others that you wouldn't have done to yourself. Simple, really.
To be with yourself. You'll find the things that are coming up from the inside that
I don't really use the word religious, but yeah.
For your gratitude.
Well, there are a lot of things out there we know, like magic mushrooms, and in Indigenous did ayahuasca and stuff like that to show you that the physical world is, that the spiritual world is there, but it is coming in. You don't actually need that stuff. You can. Some people use other things, but you don't actually need it. Like there is holistic stuff out there to use, but I wouldn't say it's good to have it every day, because everything has to be in balance. If you start doing the work within, you'll start seeing
release, because every single lesson that you have, the good, the bad, the ugly, doesn't matter. Every experience is a teacher if you will allow it to be. And so
I wouldn't say we're struggling, Barry. I say we're purging. We have to purge all this old energy out. People are, if you want to say the sheep, they've got to see all this, and they're going to go through the pain that we all went through when we found out. That's why we're here to help them, because we've gone all through that. We've gone through the anger, the oh my God, oh this, that, and the other. We're here to help them people. You know, you can't wake people up, because I've tried. You just got to let them come around, and a lot of people are. But we're here to help them, to say it's all right, we went through it, because they are going to be coming to that point in their own divine time.
In order for things to be released, if you can sit there and say, thank you for being my teacher, thank you for the experience that you provided me, even if it's the worst thing in the world that happened to you, if you can be grateful for that experience, you can release it. And that's a healing process.
I don't think there's a new way coming in, and there's good things coming in when all the crap's come up, because it's been unearthed. You're going to see it. It's not going to just be next year. It's going to be unraveling over the next few years. This is where we've got to work on ourselves. But I feel it. A lot of people feel it's a feeling. It's not this. It's a feeling.
It's part of a healing.
The energy is changing.
Releasing, purging that's going on. But if you don't want it, and you took it back down, it's still there. It's going to keep coming up. It's going to keep coming up.
Mr. Cheswick, I don't think that. I don't think Flat Earth is a false flag. I don't think we're on what they say we're on. I don't know what shape it is, but I do like the one of a disc and the stars going round and stuff like that, because that's what I'm into, astrology and all that. Yeah, I know about Q because I've been on it since it came out. That's what I've been shouting out for ages. But I don't go on about too much now, because they've got everything they need. That's why Q's back. Been shouting it out for ages. People thought I was mad. People were like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, go and research, do the research yourself, see what's happening. They needed that to come in. Like I said, when you research Trump and Trump's uncle and Nikola Tesla, all makes sense, doesn't it? Just saying.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Probably more often over the next
maybe it is
months to the next year.
The thing is with the whole flat earth thing is, yeah, it's good to know what shape it is, because even if it is hollow or whatever it is, or whatever, it's not what they're saying it is, or whatever they're taking pictures of aren't real anyway. The whole thing to me is Q's where it's at, but Q's done all this stuff now. It's hard for people to research because they've got everything. We're just sitting back and watching the show like we got told. Is what you come through all the rabbit holes, Q and all that. It's not just about Q, because people are waking up to Q or woke up to Q. There's bigger things than Q, as in when you come to that and all the rabbit holes, and you might come to the shape of the earth, because that's one of the biggest things as well. To me, it's beyond that. It's beyond the veil. So why were they hiding that? Why? Because they were hiding source. They call it black matter. It's ether. It's the spiritual realms. They'll try and call it, oh, it's black matter. It's scary. They'll put it in films. Oh, it's scary. It's creepy. No. Source.
These
God,
creator,
whatever.
Energies are not going to stop. We're going to get a whole new slew starting in February, somewhere around the 20th. And they're not going to stop.
Yeah, the new energies that are coming in the 20th. My birthday in February. I was like, woohoo! I'll remember that one.
Stop. They're just going to keep getting more intense. And so these integration periods are times where it's time to release that kind of stuff. You don't have to do anything. It's just going to get a lot more uncomfortable to deal with stuff that you haven't released yet. So when I'm suggesting starting with your immediate surrounding area, it's because that will help trigger things within yourself. As within, so without.
Mm-hmm.
So if your area is messy or cluttered, or you're not taking care of your space, it's because you're avoiding looking at something within yourself. Now, I'm not talking to those people out there that are, say, paying somebody to clean their stuff. I mean, I kind of am, because if you're not taking care of your own stuff and you're paying somebody else to do it, maybe you're avoiding dealing with your own stuff anyway, but maybe not. Only you know the answer to that. So really who I'm talking to is people that are just habitually late, habitually messy, habitually hoarding things, habitually sloppy, or just have a lot of clutter, or just can't seem to get their life under control. They're the people I'm talking to. It's going to get more intense. So as with...
And I'd say a lot of clutter is the past that you're holding on to, things that have happened. And like she said there, as within, so without, I've said that before, as above, so below. What happens in the heavens happens here in 3D. It's very dense down here. As within, so without. If you're cluttered on the inside with all this stale energy and things that went on in the past that you're still holding on to, that have got nothing to do with your life now, just keeping you down in lower energies, it will show on the outside. So that's why you've got to clear it. And then you'll have clearer thinking, clearer things coming in, new energies coming in. You'll be feeling happier and lighter. That's what the ascension is.
And so without. Okay? So it's the best time now. This is the time we've just entered.
Hello, you coming over? You coming over?
These things have calmed down. And
that's my validation when they come in. I don't know if anyone saw that, but you will see them come in when they want to.
Feeling tired or sick, or maybe you have a renewed, wonderful feeling right now because you're integrating everything and you're doing great. Now, keep it up. Keep going. Drink lots of water. Take care of yourself, but spend time with yourself. Make sure that you are fulfilling your own needs. Don't look on the outside for that. Don't look on the outside for people to compliment you. Don't look on the outside for the validation that you need to say that you're doing a good.
And this is what I was talking about the other day when people want compliment this, that, and I know people give them out, but like I said, the young ones, they go on Instagram and all that to just put selfies. Like, what message are you putting out? Like, what, like, you don't need that. You know thyself. You are worth it. People think they're not worthy. We all are. We all are. No matter what you look like, what you do, whatever. You don't need nothing validation of anybody, to who you are, to think you're not good enough because somebody's got, like I said, walking around with a Gucci bag. Yeah, you can like your Gucci bags, but what I'm saying, it doesn't make you a better person because you've got a Gucci bag. You think, oh my God, got to pay all that money out for such and such a thing because it makes me feel. No, it doesn't. It makes you feel better for about a day when you brought it, and then after you think, oh shit, I've just spent all that money. It's not about the material. Yes, we like material things, and people think in the spiritual side as well, you can't have material things. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can be grateful you've got things. You can like nice things, but what I'm saying is, why sometimes are you buying things? Is it to just look good in front of other people, to look like you're part of? No. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, no, you can't have nice things. It's like people who think you can't have money. They have this big thing in spiritual realms and ippy-dippy things of like, you can't have money. You've got to be, yes, you can have money. If you work for what you work for, yes, you can have money. But also you can give it out in ways, or give to people in certain ways, because that's what it's about as well. So that's bull crap. Because people pay you money because money is energy, even though, maybe in time we won't be using it like the way we use it now.
Job, or don't look on the outside. You can ask for people's opinions if you want to help formulate and make a decision, but if you know in here what to do, don't look on the outside. Do what you know. Yeah,
but you are gold, King. It's not about gold as in money. We are golden. It's alchemy, and
take care of your business. If you're
silver makes me happy.
If you're in a position where you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of anybody else? Right? And that's what we're all about here.
And that's what she said. So check that out, because I've not played all of it. I said that ages ago. You've got to look after yourself first, else you can't look after anybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're a human being with different hues of light. That's why we all have different skin tones, all beautiful, but we're all hues of light. That's why I'm called human beings. We are all lights. Human beings. We're having a light being, having an experience in this vessel. But that was great. So like I said, check out Higher Self channel. They've got a few, well, I listen to them anyway, but I listen and I'm like, oh my God, that's what I was thinking. Red Pill Phil. And Gary Light's new videos that have gone up about the halos, and the Tree of Life was ace, because I was thinking about it in the school playground the other day. As I've always said, we are the Tree of Life. It's in the cosmos. It's here. The roots go into the ground, so we've got to remember to be rooted. But this is what I want to say the other day. If we're like a little acorn when we're a baby, so the ace, as an analogy, the seed is the baby. So it's put into the ground, and this little acorn grows into this huge, beautiful oak tree of wisdom, because it's been there, planted in the ground for years, and it's root systems, and they talk to each other, and it's gathering all this information. But it branches off. It's got the core where we all come from, but it branches off into many different areas. But it's always growing towards the sky, to the ether, to the energies. But it means we are all from the core, but we're all individual at the same time. So yes, you can have different faiths and all that. Hello, where have you gone? But we're all the same. So we shouldn't be getting triggered by, my God's better than yours. It's all the same at the end of the day, really. We just call it, all religions say the same thing, really. It's just they call it by a different name because they're from different areas. But what we're fighting for. That's why the thing I was trying to tell you about the other day, the documentary I watched on the Rashimis, I can't remember what they're called. It was called Wild Country, about this guru guy that came over, and he just wanted everyone to be, it doesn't matter what skin colour you were, what religion came, all come together. Yeah, it went a bit tits up because the government got involved, and yeah, it went a bit mad because it was a bit like a love story and there was jealousy in it, and I mean, it's like the story of our lives. But some of the messages in it were like, well, yeah, that's what we want to be like. We want to be, there's some things in it I'm thinking, yeah, whatever, but there was a message in it, and it was a bit like, well, yeah, we are the tree. We've got to be grounded. Hello, are you coming in now? I'm getting a bit of energy going on. You've got to be grounded because we are of earth, this dense place. But we also branch up to the skies, to the ether, collecting information there. The branch is like our hair. This is an antennae, same thing. We have our toes and our feet, and we ground in earth. We've got to be around energy. It's medicine. We get information from below, Mother Earth, and we get information from the cosmos. It's the same thing. And if you flip a tree upside down, it looks like the same thing when it's got no leaves on it, because the branches look like roots and the roots look like branches. It is the tree of life. It is. It's like when people, what's it called? The scepter thing with the like scepter in the middle and the crown on top and the wings and the two serpents going up. We get to, that's evil. It's red and blue. Yeah, it's the energies rising to the crown chakra of enlightenment. And also, that's why I say check out Gary Light's video. It was brilliant I think it was a Tree Life, because he showed you the chakras on earth. They're in the heavens as well. Guess where the crown was? Over this way in the UK and Europe, the crown. So no wonder we have royals, because the crown's there. But the queen knows, doesn't she? Because that's where she wears a crown with purple, which is red and blue. And a lot of those people know, the elites, if you want to call them, know about the hidden knowledge, and they didn't want us to use it. Yeah, the serpent, the Kundalini, but it's the energies rising, and we come to enlightenment. Oh, hello. And, you've got the whole halo, enlightenment, and stuff. It just totally makes pigging sense, doesn't it? So just let me see if I can find that one. Yeah, red and blue, female and female energy, male energy, rising in balance, got to be together. They mean quite a few things. All energy, negative and positive charge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just totally made, different words, same thing to me. All energies, because we are all energies. Just let me see if I can find this. And all the little orbs are coming in. So if you haven't checked Gary Light's channel out, check it out. And it's Gary Light, as in, I think it's L-I-T-E, is it? Yeah, Gary Light, Gary, and then Light is spelled L-I-T-E. And he did the Tree of Life 6 days ago. And
one thing that happens pretty often.
What was really good was, I was actually thinking about the Tree of Life in my son's nursery the other day, and I was like, exactly what I thought, going on about the Aurora Borealis, the ether, the energy, everything, just everything I've been talking about. And a lot of stuff we've all been talking about, just totally syncing up. So let me see. And then they've got the snake on that picture. It's his ace in the middle of the tree.
Your experiences have brought you to this level of perception. Your struggles have not been in vain,
as they have given you wisdom of divine understanding. Do not seek
So we'll just listen to a little bit, but go over and check it out. You'll love it.
approval from a lower level of awareness, as you will only become disenchanted by the futility and trying.
Lower level of awareness, but we're in a higher level of awareness. We're like a bird. I was thinking about birds the other day. Jack's over there. Yeah, they're in the trees. They can see what's going on down there at a higher perspective because they can see what's going on down there. But when we're down there, we can't really see what's going on properly because we're like, I can't see over there, but the birds can, can't they?
To conform to a place you have outgrown.
Thank you.
Perceive what is in your elevated frequency of awareness, and you will continue to rise to new heights of wisdom. The story of Adam and Eve is the story of us. We are eating from the tree of knowledge right now. Then the Lord God said,
And that's the card I got out.
Human beings have become like us, knowing both good and evil. What if they reach out, take fruit from the tree of life, and eat it? Then they will live forever. This could either mean that the secret of immortality or the freedom of our souls lies within
Thank you,
the tree of
Effie.
life. Let's examine the tree of life. The tree of life.
That's what I want. Yeah, thank you, Effie, because people are shining the light and it's up to people to do it. But this is what I loved about the tree of life because it shows you the Kabbalah. I've said I love Thor, the film. The first Thor film, I think it was, when she said, "Where'd you come from?" He drew this. He drew the cosmic plan, the cosmic tree, the tree of life in the stars. It's also on Earth as well, as above, so below, as within, so without. He drew that in the film because the films try to tell us, but it's their way of telling the truth, and people think it's, oh, it's only a film. No.
It's a diagram used in various mystical traditions and is derived from the flower of life. Spheres usually represent encompassing aspects of existence, God, or the human psyche. It is an arrangement of 10 interconnected spheres called Sephira, and with one hidden sphere named
Spheres. What are orbs?
Da'at makes 11.
Yeah, 369.
Organizational system of the Jewish Kabbalistic tradition or cosmology of the Kabbalah. The tree of life is considered to be a map of the universe and the psyche, the order of
It's what
creation,
Tesla
the
knew.
cosmos, and a path to spiritual
Yeah,
illumination.
Tesla.
The spheres are often arranged
And this is why I say, and people who say they're into all, this sort of stuff, poo-hoo Trump. Trump's uncle, Trump knows. That's why he's unearthing all the stuff with Epstein and all this. He's showing what mainstream media are, because mainstream media control the masses at the minute, because they're feeding stuff out that is not the truth. It's starting to come out, which is good, but this is where people go into panic and stuff. But that's what we're here for. So it's not mass chaos, because that's what they wanted. But you know what I mean? People do the research.
3 columns to represent that they belong to a common category. The columns are usually symbolized as pillars. These pillars usually represent different kinds of.
You didn't trust Invoice or other bullshit. I don't know what you're talking about. I trust in myself, but when I watch videos and stuff, it's not what I think someone's saying. It's when I resonate. Resonation is massive. You can watch somebody, or even a film. You might not like bits of what someone says, but when you resonate with the bit in it, that's the truth, because you resonate with it. It's a frequency.
Values, electric charges,
Tesla
types of
coil.
ceremonial magic.
Yeah.
10 spheres represent.
That's why Trump's been shouting out about free energy in the past. Free energy and my energy, and I'm quite vibrant and stuff like that.
The 10 archetypal numbers of the Pythagorean system. There are said to be 32 paths on the tree of life. The first 10 are the Sephira, not including Da'at. The remaining 22 correspond to the lines or channels of energy that join the Sephira together.
Or the ley
Each of
lines.
these in turn corresponds to one of the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. According to Kabbalah scholars, the tree of life is to be interpreted in the following way. The tree of life represents a series of divine emanations of God's creation itself.
So go and check that out, because I'm not going to play it all. He's also saying about, the 7 wonders of the world and all that. And then you've got over here, you've got what do you call it? Stonehenge. It's like a cosmic clock. You've got stargates and portals everywhere. It's amazing. Yeah, I've been shouting free energy out for ages. I love the Tesla, Nikola Tesla, not Tesla the car. Do you know what I mean? When you look into it, it's like amazeballs. I think life is getting crazy, mad, beautiful, wonderful. Yeah, there's a lot of crap going on in the 3D dense place, but we reside in both of them. You know, it's just that we're bringing the consciousness in, the things that are hidden, that are coming back. They didn't used to be hidden, and that's why we're starting to see things like orbs. And it doesn't mean you have to. You might be bringing in other energies, or hearing things, or bringing all the clairs in. You might have all of them, you might have one of them, but this is what it's about. And it's proving that we, the people, are bringing disclosure. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. We're bringing disclosure. They will slowly, because they can't do it thrown at the people who are asleep, because it's the law of one. If anyone's read the law of Ra, whatever it's called, is you can't just chuck it in someone's face that destroys their world. They've got to come to it themselves. You've got to go on the journey yourself. So that's why it's slowly trickling out in the 3D. The news will start pumping stuff out like it's starting now. But those of us that know, who are on the journey, and then they will start going on the journey. But we are bringing disclosure. Trump can't even just come out with it. It's the law of the universe. You can't just give it to someone like that who's deep asleep. You could end up giving them a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? And it's your own free will. Your own free will, because that's what it's about. Even that side know it. You've got to choose to go on that path yourself. A lot of traumas, accidents and stuff like that are all to put you on the path. It'll keep knocking on your head until you awaken to something, which will start you on the journey of researching and on and sort of stuff like that. So, you know, that's how I sort of see it. But like I said, please check out Gary Light. Tapper might be able to chuck it in the link. Red Pill Phil's done a new video. That was brilliant, because he's going on about what's going on and how we all get caught up in the 3D stuff and people get angry. And I might just show a bit of it actually on the 3D side. Red Pill Phil, bye. So Red Pill Phil put a new one up called Epstein Bigger Than We Want to Think About, because people don't want to think about it, but it's tough because it's coming out and you're going to have your world rocked, those of you that don't know, you know. But I'll just play a bit of it.
Like this story.
How many victims suffered?
But he's going on about, there was a woman.
And like the rest of my 10 siblings, I believed what I was taught with all my heart, and I pursued Westro's agenda with a special sort of zeal.
So this week, renewed interest in whether serial pedophile Jeff.
But what it was good is Red Pill Phil had a woman up who was doing a TED talk who used to believe what she was taught in whatever she was in and whatever religion she was in. And then she started realizing through being around different people from different cultures and different beliefs that it wasn't true what, say, she was being taught by media and other people around it. And she realized, and you do realize that. So things are changing and people are stepping away from communities they were in, whether that's in the 3D, on YouTube, whatever. They're getting rid of negative people in their life. I've said this before, they're realizing that not everything we're taught is the truth. I'm not saying everything's a lie. Not everything in history is the truth. Not a lot of what we see on mainstream media is the truth. They put half-truths out, but they don't tell us the truth. And just to put out there, Jeremy Corbyn, no, I wouldn't vote for you. Now he's brought out, what is it? Vote for me, because I don't think kids today, what was it, should have to pay the way in life. All right, that's just because you want the young snowflake generation voting for you, because they'll think, hey, Jeremy Corbyn's just said we don't have to pay our way in life, so let's all vote for him. How ridiculous. And people out there, they're sleeping like, yeah, I'd vote for Jeremy because he's going to bring more money in, like so many pounds an hour. And what did he say? Something about university. Can you not see what's going on? Oh, my days. Anything to get a vote. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's the 3D stuff. So I'm like, oh, dearie me. Yeah, oh, Bernie Sanders. This is what I'm saying. We've got America with the Bernie Sanders, and who else says they're doing stuff over there? What's his face? Joe Biden. Yeah, right. What's he done to his face? Every country's going through the same thing. Over here, it's Brexit and all this cack. And over in America, it's the Democrats and all that. And then over in China, it's this, and over in there. Because it's all falling apart, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Wow. Just the 3D and everything. I will continue watching later when I have an appointment, but I appreciate your authenticity and your such. Oh, thank you. You are too. And I'll catch up with some of your stuff, just catching up everywhere. But be waiting for the next Slow Rising hour as well. Yeah, welcome to the Great Awakening. I mean, it's so much. Some people just think it's the awakening of the government. Oh, yeah, we know about that. No, and then some people think it's just Q. It's like, oh, it's a bit more than that. Some people just think it's the flat earth community. Oh, well, it's more than that. People who wake up to Q are still going to have a surprise because it's more beyond that. It's beyond the veil. It's the realms that we're taught isn't there. The sixth sense, which they'll put out in a movie, is scary. And no, it's not. Oh, there was an orb behind me. Yeah, they're coming in. They're getting a bit excited. You know, they're getting a bit excited. I'll see in a minute if they come in like, do you remember when I'd say, oh, Trump, and then they'd come in, oh, Q. Or when I said JFK Jr., they came in. It was funny, but they were all over the place before. But I just like them to come in when they want to come in. I might shake up the energy a little bit and see what happens, but they normally get a bit jibby near the end. Now, they normally like the cards, so maybe I'll shuffle a card because I am going to go in a minute. I'm doing stuff. I'm also going to start doing some new things in the new year because let's bring some new energy in because it's 2020 vision next year and a load of stuff going on and people are going to need more high vibing energy off lots of channels. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing something like a Tuesday, something like Chit Chats Tuesdays, which are going to be like a bit muggleified and a bit, I don't want to say normal, but a bit like 3D based a little bit. And then I think I'm going to have a Friday, which is going to be high vibing Fridays because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. High vibing Fridays. So, and then if anything just pops up that I need to get out, I'll come and do it because I am on quite a lot. I'm doing new things in the new year. That's going to take my time away a little bit, that I need to concentrate on stuff with me and stuff that's going on that I need to do to bring high vibing energies and bring stuff for people. Don't really want to talk about that at the minute because it's for me. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. And I want to get some sort of like screen to put in, not a green screen because I'm not into all that. I just want to be me. I'm not saying that people have got green screens, but I just want to be me. But I want, I need to get one of them like divider things so I can put it around here, you know, the room dividers. And then I can start displaying my artwork around me and different things so we can all see what I've been up to and what vibes we can get off my artwork, you know, like the Orby picture up there and the one that I'm doing, which I'll show you some of my artwork in a minute. And then, you know, maybe people could send me stuff and I could put their pictures up and stuff like I don't know, but I'm going to be putting a lot of things in the background that were like on a vibing, mind you saying no, I won't be putting people's artwork up because it would be sending it here, but putting my artwork up that I may have come in the week because I believe I get messages through my art, and then on the Fridays I can display them and you can see if there's anything that you were thinking about and it's transitioned into it, if anyone gets what I'm saying. But yeah, so I'm thinking of coming with something new in the new year because we're getting rid of the old, so I want to bring some new fresh vibes in, you know, with meditations and all sorts of good things. So, you know, getting more into that. Getting more into that because I'm getting more into it. So with the new, we will be bringing new things in and they like it as well. So just talking about artwork. So the meditation I got the other day was, remember the rose garden, be your own rose garden, the queen of roses, as in, you know, all that sort of stuff. We've got that was a picture. And I've named a rose as well. It was just a quick picture, but they may end up in paintings and stuff, and they may end up in my artwork to sell or go on books and stuff. And then the next one was, I know what's happening because I knew straight away. I'm doing the elements. I can tell that's what was coming in. And the next one, the next day was fire. Not done that picture there, but I did do air. with a little bird and a butterfly, and etheric, so she's got angel wings and the orbs in the air. So, and I've got to do fire because that's the one I got the other day, but I knew I was being pushed to do the elements, so I thought I'll do the elements then. And I may do that with a meditation thing as well. So, because I actually have got over there a candle that you can see in there. I've got a bowl of water, I've got a crystal and some, what's it called? Incense for air. So, you know, bringing in the energies. So lost my internet for the last 10 minutes. Oh, did you lose it, Rachel? So I'm going to pull a card and then I'm going to go. You know, check my old videos out if you haven't checked them out. So we'll see if we get any, because they do like the cards. So I'm going to do the crystal. I've got, no, actually, because I normally like 3, I'll do 1 off this one, 1 off The Universe Has Our Back, because it does, and 1 off my new one, which is the Crystal Spirits, which I love. Old ancient things there, the crystals. So I'll do the chrysalis because I love it, as in the, you know, whole thing with the butterfly. Like I said, we're in a chrysalis, we've been in the dark, we're coming out now as beautiful butterflies. So let's see. If you know the truth, be careful. What do you mean? You've got to sing the truth. Been too in the dark for a long time. That's where it got us stuck in the dark, of not knowing, people not talking out. Oh, thank you, Effie. Exactly. And when we all care about each other and we all love each other in that sense of, you know, caring for each other, that's the way the world should be. Sounds a bit hippy-dippy, but it's true. Hello. See if the cards come in. They come in. Let me sit back a bit. Let's see what's going on. No fear, people. No fear. Hello. You're going to come and pick a card. Instead of hiding behind the plant pot. So we'll see. So let me move this out of the way. And if I sit back or forward, it's dark and the light. Oh! Right, that was my fault. Happy Friday from Florida. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah, it's Friday. Have we got any new Q drops? Hello, little one. Oh, he's come back. See? It's not dust, is it? Thank you. We've got any big ones coming in? Hey. Oh, you're coming back again. You can come and pick a card if you want. Wow, blimey. Yeah. Oh, it's going. Oh, yeah, you coming back? You picking a card? Come on then. See, you got to talk to them like they're your friends. You getting it, you know. Hi, Dr. Song. You pick a card then. See if they can make one jump out. Oh, it's coming back again. So I can't even look at the cards because I'm getting distracted. Had it on full screen. That was amazing. Oh, did you tap her? See? Talking truth. There's one flickering up there then. They are hard to see sometimes. Straight to the cards. Straight to the cards. Thank you. Come on then. Let me concentrate a minute. Oh, there we go. We've got 2. Oh. Oh. We've got, I was going to pick one, so I'm going to take the first one, not the second one. Put that back. And this was the first one. Is the Empress is Gaia. With a little bird in it. It was talking about birds, but Gaia, you know, the energies of Gaia is beautiful. I always have like the, but we've got the butterfly, which I just spoke about before, the bird, lovely nature, all the energies of nature, as above, so below, because it's both that resides. And that's why I always say the spiritual coming in with the physical, science coming in with magic, alchemy, whatever you want to call it, need to work together, pretending they don't know. And it's also, it's that Mother Earth and the cosmos coming together. Hey, so we've got that one, and then I'm only trying to get one out of each deck. So Schumann resonance, yeah. Energies above, energies below. As above, so below, as within, so without. The universe has your back. Oh, there's another one. The universe has your back. We'll get this one. Let's have a go. Be like joy and happiness. You can get negative energies, but it depends what frequency you're on. Hello, you're going to come in now. You always come in at the end. Well, you come in at the beginning and the end. So we're getting a bit jibby now. Yes. So because energy entities, whatever you want to call it, demons, whatever people call them, they do attach to you. That's why you can get angry about stuff. So you have got to be in that frequency, and you know, they do try anyway, because they don't like people who are all like, you know, in the light. But you know, looks like I'm in the right place. Yeah, we're picking a card again. I like the cards. Remember this weekend, if you're feeling khaki or anything, go and watch something that makes you laugh, listen to great music, go and do something you enjoy doing. If it's sitting and watching a movie, sit in, because especially in the UK now, it's cold. But I love it when it's cold and wet, because you want to stay in. We hibernate in winter. We reflect on what's gone on in the year. That's what we do. And then we release it for the new year. So we may have, you know, cold weather now and this, that, and the other, but it's to release. Start looking at the stuff you need to release. Make sure you're not taking it into New Year. Get your candles on, chill out. That's what I love. Dark in the mornings and in the evenings, get your candles on, chill out, wrap up, feeling a bit drab. So what? Sit on the couch, watch a good film and chill out, you know? You don't want to go out and your mates are wanting you to go out and you don't feel like it. Don't go out. Do what you want to do. Take your power back. Check out my new orb video. Oh, I will, Rachel. Oh, Rachel's got an orb video on her channel. Check her channel out. Everyone's seeing them. Right, let's get these cards. Ask Spirit to pick one. Oh. Oh, are you ready? I know which direction I'm being pushed. Right, we talked about butterflies. I get a lot of blue orbs in. We're talking about surrender. I've just said about your power. I surrender blue and a butterfly, and I've got a thing about blue butterflies. I surrender to a power greater than me, is source, which we all are of, but you've got to start surrendering and letting things go and stop resisting the energies that are coming and thinking, oh my God, this is really bad. Just go with the flow. Surrender, go with the flow, stop resisting. So that was that one. Thank you. Yeah, check out people, because you don't know if they've got channels, and you know, you might be surprised, because a lot of people have. Right, the last one, we'll do this crystal spirits, and then I'm going, chilling out. I'm doing stuff. I've got things to do that I'm making that I think you're all going to like. I'm not telling you yet, because it's a thing I'm going to put together. And I think some of you who are meditating and all that will really, really like it. So let's go. Come on, Orbies, are you coming in? Orbies, it's like we go, hey, Tubies, hey, Orbies. Oh, here they come. Spirit forms, energies. You come in picking a card. My son's in there, probably thinks I'm bonkers, but you know what? Yeah, creator, source, God, whatever you want to call it, same thing. Just whatever you feel, what you resonate with. People get so mad up, don't call it this, don't call it that. It's whatever you resonate with, whatever feels right. Did that fell out, but I didn't even see it come out. Oh, So I don't know what this is in this deck because it's new, but it's blue. Dumortierite. I don't even know if I've said that right, but I don't know if you can see that. It's got a face in it. It's number 21, which is also 3. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. 21. I'm going to try and get out in nature tomorrow. You know, meditation can be in walks, remember, and all sorts of different things. Walking meditation. Oh, here we go. Are you ready? This one says, essential meaning, organization, orderlessness, clutter clearing, list making. Well, we were talking about clutter before. The lady was talking about clutter before. Releasing your clutter. Also in your house, you know, if you need to do a bit of a spring clean, but now, because that will free energy up. Hello. And decluttering the old energies out of yourself, which you just agreed there, didn't you? So that's fine. Not all plans will come to fruition, but in the planning, we learn so much. Have you worked out your plans, making lists and organizing your thoughts? And I'll be showing you a great thing you can do for the before the new year to get rid of energies that I do, and I know a lot of other people do as well. We learn so much. Have you worked out your plans, making lists and organizing your thoughts? Whatever that stone's called. Spirit's message to you is to take the ideas in your mind and commit them to paper in an orderly fashion for you. For you are supported right now in structuring plans that will help you achieve the fulfillment and healing, the big word there, you seek. Your mental discipline is enhanced now because there is a bit of mental discipline that we need to do. That's like with meditation and all sorts of things. You have to put the work in. It doesn't have to be, you know, if it's meditating, it doesn't have to be 5 hours. It could be just 15 minutes in the morning or whenever you get the time. I'm trying to do it in the morning before Finn wakes up. So pull out your journal, which I have said, get a journal, write everything down, because you might want to look at it in a few years and go, God, do you remember? Oh, my, wow, oh, that makes sense. That's syncing up. And I will be making some journals, people, so get ready for that. And write your to-do list. Draw arrows and pictures that help you prioritize and acknowledge what is most important to you, and what needs to be on the low priority end of your list, or drop off your lists altogether. The Spirit wants you to know that you will feel stronger and more confident once you start working out your ideas on paper. And right now, your power to put it all together in a way that works for you is at its peak. Commit to organizing your ideas today, for the conscious universe wants you to know that you are better at this planning stuff than you might think. Relationship message. Spirit has appeared to encourage you to bring about orderliness, I can't even say it, in your interactions with others and in your thinking about your relationships. Now is a perfect time to journal about your thoughts and feelings when it comes to people you care about. If challenging emotions come up, be secure in knowing that the divine guidance is there for you and that the conscious universe wants you to be happy. Spirit calls you to write lists and set plans for what you want and need in your relationships. You are entitled to receive love easily and naturally, and be specific. And if you get honest with yourself through journaling and list making, because that is a bit like law of attraction, you've got to be honest with yourself, and making, you will start to see whether you need to adjust your relationships to make this easier. Love yourself enough to journal about your truth as you collect your thoughts and get organized. Write the truth when it comes to planning how you might improve or enhance your relationships. Prosperity. I can't even say it. Prosperity. How can I not say it? Prosperity. Divine guidance is yours now, as your ability to think through and plan how you will secure prosperity and build your influence is powerful in this moment. Make lists, devise your strategy, and funny enough, I've been thinking about doing that this weekend, because stuff I want to do in the new year with this channel and loads of other stuff. and commit on paper to doing what you want, because writing down on paper is magical as well. Make it real by writing it down. Exactly. As you organize your thoughts and set a course for growing the prosperity you deserve. Now that your finances are not out of your Know that your finances are not out of your control simply because you do not have complete certainty about your situation that you must do or what lies ahead. You will feel more confident in the knowledge today if you harking back or something to spirit, message that divine order is always at work in your life, and it is. You just got to look for the messages and listen. So get organized to align with the flow of abundance, because that's what we're doing. We're aligning ourselves because we've been out of alignment for a long time. That is always available. Crystal spirit meditation works to open and clear the third eye and crown chakras. That's what we were talking about before. This stone is beneficial to wear or carry on those days brain fog is an issue and clarity is recommended. Meditation of whatever that stone is. I'll put it up again in a minute. It's issue in the connecting to source, which we were talking about, or the divine, while also facilitating, I can't even say it, psychic awareness. Well, let's talk about that before as well. So, because I'm a bit dyslexic, whatever that says on there. So that's all the stuff we've been talking about, psychic awarenesses. Like I said, check out Huff Paranormal. It might freak some of you out. Some of you might not believe it, but I do. Spirits communicating all the time. Red Pill Phil, Gary Light. I'm trying to think what I've been watching. And Higher Self. And all have a great weekend. Remember, if you're feeling a bit low, chill out. Go with the flow. You're feeling energetic, do something. But make sure it's what you want to do. And it is something out of happiness and it gives you joy when you're doing it. If it doesn't, what are you doing it for? And if you're doing things around the house and you find it boring, because I do, like cleaning or washing the pots, make a song up, dance while you're doing it. Your partner might think you've gone mad, but it'll keep you in a higher vibration anyway, and it'll make you laugh, because I laugh at myself all the time. I think, oh my God, if you can see now, like I said the other day, when I went to that tree and the orb came out the tree, I had to laugh because I went up to it and thought no one could see me, and I was like this, putting my hand out, and a woman appeared with a dog, and she was like, and I was like, and I just walked past like, she probably thinks I'm oh, she's some hippie loving tree hugging. I thought, yeah, I am, but who cares? So, funny. Oh, and if John Binney watches this, I will at some point send that, try and send you that song, but I can't even remember it myself. But yes, so yeah, much love to everybody, love and light, and I will see you soon. I don't know if the lovely, beautiful Orbies want to come in and say bye. They may not. Oh yes, one just went past. I don't know if you saw that. It just went across there. I felt something on my hand then, because you can feel them. You want to say goodbye again? Don't know if to sit back or sit forward. Yes, no, yes. Thought something was coming from that area then. No. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go and chill out a little bit now. Go and watch something on Netflix, I think. See what I can spy with my little eye over there. Who needed to see that? Who needed to see it? Was someone not seeing the orbs? Yeah, sweet dreams to you all. Love and light. And I shall see you soon. And you'll be seeing more films of my orbs, because, yeah, they're just coming in more and more. And that shows me there's a lot of energies coming in. And it's all good. So I'm just trying to think if I had anything else to say. Well, I'll be carrying on with meditating in the mornings, and if you can get out in nature, get out in nature, because do some walking meditation, which means being aware looking at the trees, looking at the birds, listening to the sounds, that's a form of meditation. So, and it's very healing as well. So, oh, I'm getting a tingle on the lips now. Tingle on the lips. So, thank you all. Catch you over the weekend. Yeah, catch you over the weekend. And night if it's nighttime and hello if it's daytime. And I shall see you soon. Bye.